Right away, you can feel this case isn't just about missed appointments, it's about trust being completely broken. The court gave her structure, gave her chances, and now we're hearing she didn't follow through. When a judge hears no tests over and over again, it stops sounding like a mistake and starts sounding like a pattern.
And then was positive on April 17th and April 24th, and she has an active warrant.
As I said, Judge, I have a test as recently as May 2nd that I can provide to the court immediately along with some other documentation. Again, I just didn't, given the nature of our last conversation, I didn't know quite how to proceed.
And this is where things get complicated. A high-risk pregnancy changes everything emotionally, but legally, it doesn't erase responsibility. The judge's question hits hard. If this pregnancy is that serious, why are there positive drug tests? That's the moment the courtroom shifts from sympathy to skepticism.
Drugs.
Well, I think that would be between her and her physician.
Today is the
We're
6th.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, this matter has been kind of rendered a little more difficult because she is in.
Now the defense tries to fill in the gaps: distance, money, medical issues. And honestly, in real life, those things do matter. Not everyone has perfect access to resources. But in court, explanations only go so far. Because from the judge's perspective, the system already bent to accommodate her, and still, the requirements weren't met.
Issues, and there's, but I
on January, go ahead. But I'm just going to tell you, on January 26th,
this right here is the turning point. The judge lays out the timeline piece by piece: missed tests, delays, another chance, then a positive result, then a tampered sample. When everything is lined up like that, it becomes almost impossible to defend. It doesn't look like bad luck anymore, it looks like avoidance.
There's been some adulteration of that specimen test. That was on the April 24th test.
Yes, Your Honor.
We were here on April 27th, and I still don't have tests.
Yes, Your Honor. As I said, I do have a test from May 3rd from her physician. I can forward that. I believe I also have tests dating back as far as last year that I received this afternoon. I also have a letter from Catholic Social Services. If perhaps, if I'm still on the case, I'd be happy to submit those things. If the court would consider setting this over for Thursday week, which I think is the next preliminary or probable cause date.
That line, she wants to make her own rules, that's the breaking point. Judges are patient until they feel like they're being taken advantage of. And once that line is crossed, the tone changes instantly. This isn't negotiation anymore, this is enforcement.
It is tomorrow. Otherwise, a bench warrant will issue.
Your Honor.
With no bond.
Your Honor. Can I say something?
And then, we finally hear from her. And it hits differently. She's about to give birth. She's scared. She's trying to explain herself. For a moment, you almost feel torn, because this isn't just a defendant anymore, this is a person in a vulnerable situation. But the problem is, the court has already heard too many contradictions.
As I said, I didn't want to err. I didn't want to do anything. If there was going to be new counsel, I didn't want to do anything that, it's kind of like do no harm.
Were submitted to the judge.
But, I'm sorry?
I thought you submitted all those papers to the judge, you and Camille, because I've been working with Camille through your office too.
Okay. As I said, Judge, I can certainly put this together as a package and send it to the court. However, like I said, there have been some issues that have come up, but if I'm going to stand that case, I would request the opportunity to do that. And before we take the drastic step of well, there's already a bench warrant, but before we, I would just ask for an opportunity to do that.
And that's the final word. The judge makes it clear, this courtroom runs on accountability, not excuses. Even with everything going on in her life, the expectation doesn't disappear. And that's what makes this case so intense. It sits right at the intersection of empathy and responsibility, and in the end, the law chooses responsibility.
That's my order. That's the order that will stand.
Did you say,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Judge, just for my clarification, did you say by close of business tomorrow?
She's got to report to the jail by 6 p.m. tomorrow.
All right.
That's what I'm ordering. If you want to submit something to me before then I'll be more than happy to take a look at it and hear from you and the prosecutor on it. But otherwise, that's my order.
Thank you.